right. Let's go look for some snakes. This situated. Be all right for right now. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today? You lit? Not yet. I'm about to get lit. Okay. Sun should be setting here in the next minute or so, if it's not already. What is this? Oh, it's a palm frond. Thought it was a dead animal. Be nice if you stopped beeping, car. I'd really thank you. I'd appreciate that. Go back and forth on this road for a few minutes. This is a place, I don't know, things are going to be a little different than the last couple times because it's been raining and the temperature's a little bit lower. But I mean, it shouldn't get too cold out here. I think it's only supposed to get into the upper 70s. And that's what, at least it said it would stay pretty stable all night. It's humid. It rained. I'm hoping some water snakes I'm hoping that some mud snakes will be out. That's my primary target, but we'll see. I mean, I don't see why this wouldn't be a very snaky type night. I said it wasn't super hot today, but it is humid and warm. So we shall see. Hopefully it won't take too long to find the first snake. This has been a pretty good road over the past month and a half or so, especially around this time. Ooh, is that something? No, it was a leaf. I'm hoping a little bit of this area hammered hard over the past couple days with the rain. So, hey Alex, how you doing? Oh man, all right. Oh, it's always so nice to get out here. I haven't seen anybody out on this road yet. No one's turned down here, so. Oh, I can hear some, I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. There's no reason for me to. No reason at all. Hi, Venexo. How are you? Well, I hope. Would you go to Africa? I'd go to Africa. It's not high on my list, but I would definitely go if the opportunity arose. There's a lot of stuff I'd like to see out there. Not trash like on some side of the road. Hi from Parkersburg, West Virginia. Well, hello, West Virginia. Oh, fingers crossed that something good crosses the road in front of me. I was having a pretty good run of it. And it's been, as I said, it's been cool. I don't think it's going to be cooling down too much more tonight. Go over this bridge. What they would call a yank or a seppo. I'm not too sure, but I would like to go to Australia. I'm going to turn around and then keep on driving up and down that road there. Yeah, because I lose service up here. gonna keep on going back and forth on this road until it gets darker. And then I'll end up going on the main road not too long from now. But the hope is that as the sun starts to set here, stuff will hopefully come out. And since it was cooler today, probably I'm hoping that stuff will come out earlier rather than later. Stronger by the day. Do I believe in an afterlife? I'm up in the air on that one. What would I like to see in Australia? Probably I'd love to see a taipan, inland taipan. I'd like to see any of their elapids. So like, tiger snakes, king browns, stuff like that. Oh, stronger by the day. I just don't really think about it too much. I'm gonna go clean this up real quick. Somebody throwing shit out of their car. People love to make messes. Throw that away. I'd like to see a perennial. Yeah, I'd like to see a perennial too. And why? I don't know. It's just not something that I think about much. There's a lot of things that are concerning me right now rather than thinking about my own mortality. Oh man, that stuff smells like shit. Yeah, I don't think I gotta find a trash can for that because that does not smell good at all. Alright, let's see. Come on, give me something good right off the bat. I picked up some, like it was a carry-out container, just some trash that was on the ground in the middle of the road. And there's really nowhere to throw it out here. But it does not smell good. I'll tell you that much. It does not smell good at all. I'll say the sun's starting to set. Usually, you'll get a few things that cross the road right at sundown. But as I said, with all this rain that we've had over the past couple days, some big storms came through. I'm hoping that's going to push some snakes out to move around a little bit. That's the hope. Whether that happens or not, we shall see. But as I said, it's been cooler too. Today wasn't that hot, but it shouldn't get cold at night. It should stay in the upper 70s. So stuff's going to be moving, not necessarily to bask on the road or anything, but the temperature should be good for an active night, and that's my hope. Now, a lot of this stuff is just guessing and spitballing whether or not this actually happens or not. Well, we'll see, but I'm hoping. Have you heard of Kevin McCurley and Nerd on YouTube? Yeah, I've heard of them. I have heard of them. I don't have a problem with them necessarily. I mean, I've watched a lot of their stuff. I don't really watch as much of the pet stuff as I used to. I used to watch a lot more of people who keep animals and stuff, but I don't watch it as much. Strong word of the day. Well, I'll tell you this much. I as I said last time, if you're going to ask me questions, which is fine, ask me your questions or state them rather than beating around the bush. I mean, you're trying to pick my brain here on my religious views, which if you feel like that, I mean, I'm not going to stop you from asking those questions, but how about instead of just asking me what I think of every little bit of what I believe in, how about you just ask me the straight up questions, or tell me why that you're asking me these questions instead of beating around the bush. I'm not gonna, like, normally I'm fine. Not much, Saget Master. Normally I'm fine with answering questions when it comes to basically anything, including religious stuff, which is fine, but like, you're not, no, I don't mind any of the animal questions, you're fine. And it's not that I mind necessarily his questions, it's just, if he's going to ask questions about what I believe in religiously, and he's just come out and say it instead of asking me a question, asking me why, and then moving on to every little bit of religion. Like, I get his, my thought is that his point is that he's trying to break down why I believe what I do, and he wants me to believe the way he does, and why it's important to really dive into it. And I'm just not, like, I told him last time, I've had my peace with it. I grew up in the church. I know what the Bible teaches, and that's that. Like, I consider myself a Christian, and I don't really need to explain myself more than that. Holy trinity of onions, peppers, celery. Onions, peppers, celery are pretty good, especially in like a soup or a stew or something like that, cooked down. I can't do that stuff raw. I gotta have it, cooked down until it's nice and soft. Now, as I've said before, of course someone's coming down this road. I was doing so well with nobody being down here, but of course the last time people were down here found some stuff, so maybe that's going to bring the snakes out, is have more people on the road. That's how I have to look at it. That's how I have to look at it. If I have more people out here, the snakes are going to want to come out and say hello. And I pass this little spot again, I hear the cicadas again. Now, we don't have the same species of cicadas that are in other parts of the country, that the news has been freaking out over. Our cicadas come out every single year. The ground doesn't get cold enough for them to have had to evolve to, like the different, like the 4 and the 3 year, or what, not 14 year and the 17 year or something like that. It's a nice spot with species we're hoping to find here. Right now, I'm hoping to find mud snakes. That's my big goal for tonight, because it's of the rain, but I'm fine with anything, really. Last time I found a couple scarlet snakes, Winter Springs in Florida. It was a long time ago, but I was wondering, there are coral snakes out here, but they're not common. Or I should say, they're probably more common than I realize, but they spend so much of their time underground or under leaf litter, and that you don't really see them as much as other secretive. So, just got a black Madeira fig, already has figlets developing. Is that really what a young fig is called, as a figlet? I like that name. Figlets are that's a pretty good name. Is that really what they're called, as a figlet? Gotta make sure I don't get in trouble with YouTube thinking I'm slurring or something. I'm gonna pull over and let this dude pass me real quick so I can turn around. The best time of the month, or the best month? Best time of the month is never. There is no really good time, I would say. The best month, it depends on what you're going for. If you want to escape the heat, it's definitely not good to come unless it's like January or February, sometimes March. But besides that, it starts to warm up pretty quick. Other than that, if you're just looking for a good time, I'd say March through June is pretty good. And then October is pretty good. October's pretty good. Anytime bonitas are biting. Yeah, that's more of cooler time. So like during the fall and the spring. Bonitas are kind of not a trash fish, but they're not like, nobody goes for bonita. Unless you're on the Skyway, then they come through and they're fun to fight. And, I've eaten them before. They're pretty good, but bonitas are not like something that people readily target. It's usually just kind of like a bycatch if you go offshore. Oh, man. All right. Come on, Mr. Snake. There's got to be something out right now. It's about that time that stuff should start moving. We usually see something on this road first thing. Usually something. I'm going to wait until it's dark until we start moving on to other roads. But there's usually stuff that crosses. Hopefully we'll see something on the road here within the next pass or two. Oh, something just big just hit the window. There's a lot of deer flies out right now. The deer flies are crazy bad. I was in Weeki Wachee this past weekend, and I mean, there's deer flies everywhere. You couldn't stand still for more than 5 seconds without having a deer fly land on your leg. And they hurt. They'll slice you right up. It's not dark enough yet to use the high beams. That's how I know it's dark enough to move on, is when I can use the high beams and they actually do something. Some dirt in the road. Yeah, it looks like somebody went off the road and wrecked that little area up right there. Okay. This is where that, right back there is where that king snake was a couple weeks ago. I'll say, and then the week before that I came out here and there was a mud snake on the road. And it happens quick when the stuff comes out on the road. It's 77 right now. It's dropped a little bit. I'm hoping that it stays in the mid 70s. That would be relatively ideal for snakes crossing the road. Like 73, 74 is like the perfect temperatures, I've noticed. That's when I really see stuff crossing. If it's hotter than that, you'll get stuff. But once it hits just below 75, that's when stuff really gets moving. But as I said earlier, it wasn't hot today. I'm going to turn around right here. It wasn't hot today, so like the asphalt didn't get baked or anything like that. Usually you want it to hit about 90 degrees during the day, and then the road usually warms up enough for it to be good herping weather. But that's usually just because like earlier in the season, or earlier in the year, it gets cold at night. So like it'll be in the 50s at night, and you only get like an hour where like snakes will cross after the sun comes out. But this time of year, it doesn't really get cold at night anymore. It'll stay in the 70s. It really won't get into the 60s. And so as long as that's the case, then stuff pretty much will move whenever. And then later on, it gets into the summer, and the hotter and hotter it gets too hot during the day. And for the first few hours after the sun goes down, it really is too hot for stuff to be moving. Then you won't actually start seeing stuff moving until later and later at night. Like for example, I went down the Everglades a couple years ago, and it was, I mean, it was freaking upper 90s during the day, humid as hell. At night, it's like 85 degrees and humid, and just muggy weather. And I love that time personally, but snakes didn't start moving until like 11:30 midnight. Like for the first few hours, didn't see anything, and as soon as it hit 11:30, the road must have cooled down just enough for stuff to really start getting going. And then it was just one snake after the other. But like I didn't find snakes until, like, as I said, around 11:30, and then after that, like, I found snakes until like 3 o'clock in the morning, which oftentimes that's not exactly common. Like but if it's hot, they'll move all night. And you'll get some stuff that'll move early in the morning too. As things heat up here, it becomes more and more incredible to go outside at dawn or dusk. There's so much concentrated activity. Yeah, out there, I know that especially during the hottest times, like nighttime is like the only time to really find anything. It's just too hot during the day. But it also depends on the rain too, because if it's like the middle of summer and it's raining, I mean, I've found stuff in the middle of a storm, like full on, like it's pouring rain, there's snakes crossing the road. It does happen sometimes, not too often, but the more it rains, it throws a lot of things off. All these rules do have exceptions, and sometimes even when it's cold, like I found snakes when it was 56 degrees out, and that's not common for stuff to be crossing road when it's that cold, but it does happen sometimes. You got to realize that just because you have an idea of when things normally are doesn't mean that everything always follows that rule. There's a bunch of bats that were just flying above me. Can you guys see the bat? Let me see if I can slow down. He's right in front. Yeah, there he is, right there. He just flew over. I think that speed 1:35 here in England, and watching. This is my two babies sleep next to me. It's strangely relaxing seeing all the strange. Oh, nice. Well, I appreciate you commenting, and I'm glad that I can be a bit of a service to you. I find it funny being on social media a lot, the amount of trash talk going on between Americans and basically the rest of the world. Especially Europeans seem to not like Americans, whatever. I like to joke. I don't really care. I think it's funny. We all have our things going on, but when it really gets down to a level more friendly. Nobody behind me. God. It's almost to the point, okay, and the temperature stabilized. It's 78 degrees still, which is good. It was dropping a little bit, and I was a bit worried there for a second that it was going to keep on dropping, and the weatherman would lie to me, but it seems that things are kind of evening out. I'll probably do one more pass after this one. But I'm hoping that now that it's actually getting kind of dark out, and the lights are starting to work, as I said, I'll give it one more pass and then I'll go down to the main road. I'm gonna go slowly because there are a lot of small snake species out here that if you're not really paying attention, there's a good chance you'll miss them. You get Florida brown snakes, and I guess the snake I found out here last time that I thought was a Florida brown snake ended up being a red-bellied snake, which I didn't realize came all the way this far south. But this is one of the southernmost points of their range, so that was cool to find that. So that was a new species. I didn't even know I found a new species. But yeah, there's a bunch of bats above me. I don't know how well you guys can pick them out, but because you're more facing the road, but they just fly by really quick. Ooh, there's an owl. Oh, there was. It's a barred owl, excuse me. Big old rounded face. say the great horns will be a lot bigger than that. I could tell right off the bat that wasn't a great horn just because of how much smaller it was. But yeah, we got the barred owls and the great horned owls, and you see a lot more of those barred owls. But when the great horns do show themselves, it's a sight. Definitely is a sight. But when they're on the road, that's a good thing too, because, well, kind of a good thing. What owls will eat snakes off the road just as readily as, I mean, like they love snakes. Yeah, burrowing owls go down all the way down towards the Everglades. Like there's a lot of them way down south. I've personally never seen a wild one. I've seen them in captivity. I've never seen a wild one, but also they're in burrows during the day, so maybe I've just come across their burrows and just didn't know that was them. But I haven't really looked for them, and they're under threat with the development and stuff right now. So I don't know. I'll have to go look for them, because I know that I can probably go and find some of their burrows. That would be really cool to see. I forget about them because no one really talks about them too much. I mean, I shouldn't say that. People talk about them, but they're definitely one of the least talked about animals, especially when it comes to endangered animals in Florida. And I wonder if that's because they are suppressed, because a lot of the areas they live are, being developed right now. I wonder if that's the case. I'll have to look into them, because I don't even think I've talked about them before, to be quite honest, and that's partially my fault. Well, that is my fault for not talking about them. I've known about them. But yeah, you don't hear about them. You hear about the gopher tortoises and stuff. What do I drive? This is a Mazda CX-5. Yeah. Nothing crazy. All right, I'm gonna do one more lap around. Yeah, I'm gonna do one more lap around. I'm gonna get a little farther down and I'll turn around. And by that time it should be dark enough. But I do have to use the potty real quick. So I'm gonna pull over, turn my brights off, leave my mic here. 2 seconds. I'll be right back. All right. As soon as I open the door, I am surrounded by deer flies, buzzing and everything. Not pleasant, that's for sure. All right, actually, I should probably just turn around here. Yeah, right here. I saw some peacocks on the way down here. I've never seen peacocks out here before, but they're everywhere, so it shouldn't surprise me. Right. Stop beeping, that would be nice. All right. Come on, give me something on the road. I know there's stuff out here. Found plenty of stuff last time. I mean, well, 8, but they were 8 really good ones for the most part. Got a bunch of different species. All right. Come on, give me something crossing right here. A frog would be nice too. Let's get a frog. If I come across a frog, I might try to get out and grab it real quick. lot of, oh, that was a toad. Okay. Well, I mean, hey, toads on the road. Stuff's moving. That's a good thing. I mean, it is a lot more humid and it's wetter because it rained a lot over the past couple days. So that's one of the reasons I was wanting to come out here, is because I knew the temperature would be a little cooler, but there would be a lot more water on the road, or not on the road, but in the surrounding area than there was. And hopefully that would get like water snakes and stuff to start moving a little bit. That's the hope, is that like it would be nice to get a big cottonmouth or some sort of snake, because we haven't really gotten any water snakes on the live. Nothing alive, that is. All the water snakes I found while doing this have been, unfortunately, had met their maker. Come on, I know something wants to come out and say hello. There's the bats flying above. I know there's stuff out here. Come on, come on. Give me something to start the night out with. We need to get the skunk out of the car. For those of you who are not the type to look for or fish or hunt or whatever it is, getting the skunk out. A skunk is when you have zero. So like if I ended the day without finding a single snake, which is not gonna happen, I'm gonna find a snake. If I ended a day without having, or if you go fishing and you don't catch a single fish that day, you got skunked. So the goal right now is to get the skunk out. And if you can do that, your odds, and you feel a lot better. It's just a better feeling to have, because the later you go without finding anything, it starts to weigh in on you, and it starts to, you can be like, well, what could I have done different? Well, I know there's stuff out here. Ooh, what is that? Oh, it's a possum. A little baby possum. Let me get my headlamp on, because I don't have that on yet. Let me see if I can go see this possum. Hopefully he didn't run off the side of the road already. Oh, is that him running? Let's see. Can I go say hi to this possum? Oh, there he is. Look at the little possum. Hey, bro. How you doing? Running off into the woods. Little baby possum. He was so cute. And it feels great out. There's a nice cool breeze. Is that something? Nope, that's a stick. Okay, well, it's breezy and it's cool out, which the breeze might not help me that much here. Little marsupial. The United States only marsupial. You know, it's funny, speaking of marsupials, I didn't realize until very recently how many marsupials South America had. Like, I mean, they're all opossums, but there's a bunch of different. Maybe that's my North American brain going on, as some people say. Only think about America. Don't think about the rest of the world. Apparently. I just didn't know there was other types of possums. There's so much stuff I hear about on a weekly basis that I had no idea even existed, and people are like, yeah, I heard about that all the time. Oh my gosh, you didn't know about that? And I'm like, bro, there are so many animals out there. There are so many different species of animals on this planet that we're discovering every year as well. No, I don't know every single animal, and I didn't know that there was a bunch of different types of possums. Sometimes I feel like a dum-dum when I talk to some people, and they're like, yeah, you didn't know that this was a thing? They're all over the blah, 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 blah. Like, the only venomous snake here is adder. Wildlife is insane by comparison. Well, and that's the thing, too, is that, so from your point of view, which I have heard of the adder, not many people, at least over here, know about them or talk about them because we just don't deal with them. But like I hear, oh, they're super dangerous, they're deadly. And then when you look at the toxicology and like blah, 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 and you actually look into it and it's like, they're not that bad at all. Like for a venomous snake, they're like very low on the totem pole. But because they're the only venomous snake you guys have, of course people are going to think they're the most dangerous. Like, I mean, that makes sense. But when it comes down to it, they're like little puppy dogs. I think they're cool looking. They're like a slate gray, and they look kind of like a rattlesnake. I mean, being a viper, but they don't have the rattle, obviously. They look like a Massasauga rattlesnake almost, which is like one of the smaller rattlesnakes they get up in the northern part of the United States. But Europe has the white widow too, which is much less venomous than black widows. Nice. I didn't know that. See, another animal I didn't know there was such thing as a white widow. But that's the crazy part, is that there are so many species, and some of them we take for granted wherever we live. And yeah, everyone knows about this. A lot of people don't. Like, I take alligators for granted. Mediterranean is pretty hospitable. Yeah. Now, the Mediterranean doesn't have too many crazy things going on when it comes to animal life. Only a few lions and bears they had to extinct. Yeah, I mean, most places had something at one point that was crazy, but isn't there anymore. But yeah, like I take alligators for granted. Their occasional three-legged dog around with about as serious a bite as you're going to get. Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, I didn't know they lived around the Mediterranean. Huh. Why was I thinking about the Caribbean? You said Mediterranean. I was thinking about the other side of the world. God, I don't know why I was thinking we're talking about the Caribbean, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, Europe, for the most part, Europe's been wiped out of most of the things that could do anything to you. For the most part. To the point where you got to make up black cats everywhere. Every single black cat picture I've seen, like the giant black cats of Europe. Now that's the crazy part. That would be pretty cool. Now the craziest part about the whole thing is that when you go and do research or look into a lot of like the cryptids of Europe, because I would consider the black cats like the big black cats that they talk about to be just cryptids. Like they're not proven to be real, but people claim they're real. The crazy thing about them is like each one is named after like a hill or a road it was spotted on. Every single one for the most part. Like they don't cover, like they're probably the same thing, but there's like 50 different black cats because they're not all considered one cryptid like Bigfoot is. They're like each individual distinct area has its own, but they're literally the same thing. It's just funny. And when you talk about cryptids in general, like you got some of those in the United States, like don't get me wrong, like Goat Man and Dog Man, there's like 5 different ones of those. But I don't know. It's just funny to me. All right, let's get on the main road. Try to see if there's anything going on out here. But yeah, you go and you get out of like if you're in Europe, every single one is like almost the same thing, maybe different location. They have a little bit of lore behind them, but they're all named after like a different hill or a different road that they're on or something like that. I think it's cool. I just think it's kind of funny, if I was being completely honest. All right. Let's go find some. It's like the EU doesn't This location-based goods, the real mozzarella cheese, yeah, exactly. It has to be like, oh, it came out of this one exact spot, otherwise you get the fake stuff. And it's like, I guess, I mean, mozzarella cheese tastes like mozzarella cheese to me. I mean, but I get it. We have large amounts of pipistrelle bats where I live, and a load of badgers. Oh, badgers. Badgers are pretty cool looking. Yeah, badgers are pretty cool looking. I mean, I think badgers are pretty awesome. I mean, just badgers are mustelids, right? I think so. They're all mustelids, or not mustelids, but like closely related to them. Something like that. I don't remember the genuses and all that crap, you know. But being somebody who talks about animals, when I make a claim in a video, I have to know what I'm talking about, and sometimes I mess up. I've messed up on that a couple times with the genus and I'll tell you what, people let me know. Yeah, they're mustelid. Okay, I thought they were, but like, it's just, I know that there are a couple of things that look like mustelids that aren't, and it's like under some different subgroup and blah 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 blah. There are a lot of frogs crossing the road right now. I don't know how well you guys can see them, but they just hop. They come out of nowhere, like on the side of the road, and they just hop, and they keep on going. It's like they're purposely trying to get hit by the car. But if there's frogs moving, I'm hoping some water snakes or something will be moving looking for them. Or maybe a nice big old garter snake. Be nice to find one of those. They're gnarly, and farmers hate them because they spread TB to their cattle, but they're cute, so everyone gives them a pass. Yeah, makes sense. You know, that's TB is a good reason to not to drink raw dairy, which I didn't realize that you could get TB in your bones from drinking raw dairy. There's a reason that we pasteurize things. There's a reason that we do so many of the things we do, and it's so funny watching people try to pretend like those things are meant to hurt you rather than help you. And it's like, I mean, most people probably would be fine, but when they're not fine, that's when you wish you listened. But I guess you could say that to just about everything. It includes things like vaccines and stuff. I mean, there's always going to be someone who is just waiting to be like, I told you so on things. It almost always happens. All right, stay on your side of the road, dude. Oh, armadillo. Oh, armadillo. And that guy just ran over it. I don't think he killed it, though. You all right, my dude? Oh, he got lucky. He's running off. That truck came by, and the armadillo went right underneath the truck. He's lucky that truck was lifted. Ooh, I hear something out there. There's something walking around out there. All right, well, armadillo is okay. I watched him get thrown by the wind. Yeah, he's good. He ran off into the woods. I watched that truck run over him, but he was in the middle of the truck. I slowed down, was going to pull over, and I thought, because that guy clearly saw it. That guy clearly saw the armadillo. And he ran over it, but that armadillo got lucky. Now, I was surprised to hear about how much armadillos have moved. They're moving north, and like they're in Tennessee and stuff, and I guess a few years ago they weren't. My wife was telling me that all of a sudden they just started seeing armadillos when they'd never seen them before. I didn't realize that until very recently. But yeah, no, we have plenty of armadillos here. I don't really see them too often unless they're dead on the side of the road or in the road. But that guy, he got lucky. So we saw a possum and an armadillo. So, both alive and looking like they're going to stay alive. All right, I'm going to let this car pass by. There's a car coming down the road, and I really don't feel like getting or having him directly behind me. Yeah, he did live to see another day. And a barred owl, that's true. So we've seen some... All right, fast guy. We've seen some legit animals. Okay, dude. Take your sweet time. All right. Well, and he's turning around, it looks like. All right. Please don't come up behind me. Please just go back to hence the way you came. Okay, it looks like he is. All right. Back on the main road. And hopefully we don't come across any deceased snakes, because I had to come in on this road to get to where I was. Ooh, what is that? That is something. I don't know what it is. It's dead, whatever it is, but I want to see what it is, because I don't know. I can't tell if it's a crunched up snake or not. Let's see. Oh, it is. It's a dead eastern diamondback baby. Oh, that's frustrating. I've only ever seen dead ones out here. That's frustrating. It was a snake, huh? Dead baby eastern diamondback. Pretty colors. Well, snakes are moving. Just, I should have been here earlier for that guy. That sucks. Got an eastern diamondback dead on road. F's in chat, guys. F's in chat. That's always frustrating. I haven't seen a live one this year. Yeah, I ain't going to yet. I knew it was something that wasn't there from when I came by earlier. So that was hit within the last hour. Yeah. That's rattlesnakes. Yep. Yep. I love eastern diamondbacks. All right. Well, there are snakes moving. And that was a baby. That was a small one. They don't get much smaller than that. Eastern diamondbacks are born big. And yes, they are born. They are not hatched. They are vipers, and most vipers, at least over here, I believe all the vipers over here lay eggs. Or don't lay eggs, they give live birth. I think there's only a few vipers that actually lay eggs. Most of them give live birth. They're viviparous or I don't remember the exact term. It's either viviparous or one of the two. I think it's viviparous. I think that's the term. All right. So we got a dead eastern diamondback. Let's get a live snake in here. That would be cool to get a diamondback. I've never had one on the road at night out here. The only place I've ever found, never see diamondback rattlesnakes. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, you see them if you go to the right places and know when to look. I think Ovi got you, so there would be viviparous. I'm gonna get off the side of the road here because there is a car coming. I'll let this guy pass me real quick. And of course, when I let people pass me, what happens? There's a dead snake that ends up right down the road. All right. Because I let the person pass me and they hit it. Best snake YouTuber. Well, I appreciate that. I try. I definitely have a long journey ahead with the YouTube stuff, but I am enjoying every bit of it. Ooh, I thought that was a snake, but that was a branch or a little twig. All right, come on, Snaky. Let's get a live one in here. This is the area I usually find corn snakes when I do find corn snakes out here. Now, I have found a rattlesnake a little farther up the road. As I said before, it was dead as well. I've never found a live one out here. But the only place I've ever found rattlesnakes at night on the road, like live, was in the Everglades. Both of them. I found one that was about that size as that one a few minutes ago. And then I found one that was probably about 3 feet long, coiled up on the side of the road, which you rarely ever see snakes just coiled up on the road. And I want to start YouTube, but I probably won't get any subs. Well, I'll tell you this much. If you haven't noticed, my normal videos don't get too many views. You know, I'm very fortunate that I have the following I do. Most of the people who follow me are for my shorts. And again, I appreciate them more than I can ever tell them. Like, I mean, this is my job now. I don't know how it ever got to this point, but I'm fortunate that it's happened. If you're planning on starting a channel, I'll tell you this much. Just do something you enjoy doing so it doesn't feel like it's a hard thing to do or work or whatever. What the heck was that? I don't know, was that a branch? That looked really weird. I want to see. Yeah, exactly. You got to go for it. Post. That's the only thing you can do. And sometimes, I mean, I had this channel for years before anything caught on. What is that? I gotta see. Is this a branch? Oh, it's like netting. I didn't know. It was shaped weird, and it looked like a tube. I was like, what the hell is that? But yeah. What kind of stuff are you interested in making videos about? But yeah, I definitely just suggest start posting. Like, that's the only way you're ever going to find out, and you might not have much luck at first. But if you don't keep on posting and you don't put that effort out, you will never get anywhere. But if you post and you put out a bunch of content, here's the thing. If you don't have any content out there, nobody is born knowing how to do YouTube well. We'll have to practice at our own place. Hey, Ocho, how you doing? See, Ocho here, and I've said this before the last time he popped in, he has been there since the beginning of my channel. And I had a completely different stuff at that point. I was only doing herping and talking about the animals I owned. Like, that was in the very beginning of my channel. And he's been there since the beginning. Like, you get a couple of people like that who watch your stuff, and you just go off of that. Since 18 subs, it's been that long. Oh my God. Dude, that felt like forever ago. And I mean, it took me a long time to do anything with it. I was trying, I've had a lot of stuff happen. Yeah, Ocho's got some subs. Ocho's got a decent channel. You should go check him out. But, yeah, it's just one of those. Oh, do I have any snakes? Yeah, I have snakes. I have a few. I have a corn snake, a gray rat snake, and a sand boa currently. But yeah, like, it literally starts out, and I just started posting shorts, and the shorts blew me up, and that's it. As I said, like, you look at my stuff now, like, I've had a couple of regular long, started at the bottom, now the whole team fucking here. Yeah, exactly. Like, you got to find out what works for you. And I started doing TikTok, and I hated TikTok for a while. And I started doing, and like, I posted a couple there. They started doing well, and I just kept on posting. And then I had a couple of videos that kind of blew up on there. And there was a point where, like, I stopped posting for like months at one point because I was just like, I had so much going on in my life. And then my wife, she was like, well, you enjoy doing this, and some of your videos are doing well, just keep on posting that kind of stuff. So I did. And then out of nowhere, it just started blowing up. What part are chameleons at in the Everglades? Chameleons are in way more than just the Everglades. Pretty much most of South Florida has places where you can find chameleons. Even in Central Florida, there are places. Chameleons can tolerate a little bit cooler weather than a lot of the other invasives. You just get a lot more of them in the Everglades area because they can pretty much breed all year, at least from my understanding of them. But there's like random spots all over Central and South Florida where you can find them. But a lot of those spots are kept secret by the people who know about them because they don't want other people finding them. There are some extremely localized patches of literally dozens of species. People put them in secret spots. Exactly. I went through the whole main road, didn't find them. Well, no, you're not going to find them in the main part of the park. You'll find them right outside the park, but not in the main part. There's like one of the little bridges you pass over, and there's like a creek off to the side of the road when you're going into the main park. It's like a little pullover spot, and I know there's like a couple of trees, but those, for the most part, those were a lot of the local places where everybody knew about them. So from my understanding, a lot of those places have run dry because people just go and catch them and keep them all. But there are plenty of places in Homestead and Florida City and, you know, north of there too, where they're relatively common if you know where to look for them. But again, a lot of times you have to contact like local people. Like Lizard Larry is a friend of mine. I have turtles. I want to do a kitten channel. Well, I mean, that kind of stuff gets views. Anything cats gets views. But yeah, just post, do it. You just got to start posting. That's the only way you're ever going to learn and grow and find out what people like and whether you like doing certain type of content or not. But yeah, with the chameleons, go check out Lizard Larry. He's got an Instagram, and he does local guide stuff out there. So if you are willing to pay somebody a bit of money to go, I don't know how much money he charges, to be quite honest, but yeah, I texted him, it's too much for a tour, so I was just looking. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, besides that, I mean, the other thing I would suggest, if you are really wanting to look and you're willing to put in a little bit of time to go try out spots, and you might not find stuff, you just got to keep on going out there, is download iNaturalist. Now, some of the spots on there, some people will post fake spots. Gotcha. But some people will post fake spots on there. But if you download iNaturalist and, you know, you get used to the app, and you can look at the hot spots where a bunch of people are posting they found chameleons, there's a good chance that there will be some chameleons there, and you just got to go out and look for them. I know Lehigh Acres has a lot of them, which is on the other coast, but went to LaBelle. Yeah, LaBelle has them. But again, it's just one of those things where you got to put in the time. I mean, a snake, my mom, if I bought it, she would disown me. Well, sorry to hear that, but, you know, if your mom doesn't want them, then I guess you got to figure something else out. But yeah, iNaturalist is a good place to look, and at least gives you an idea of some spots. And go out and search around at night with the spotlight. It's the best thing to do. And eventually, hopefully you get lucky and run into one. Like, I'm looking for snakes right now. I know there's snakes out here. I found plenty of snakes in the exact spot I'm at. But so far the snakes seem to be, no crocodiles today. So far the snakes seem to be evading me. But that doesn't mean I'm going to keep on. I'm not going to keep on looking. Went for 3 days. Yeah, it happens, dude. No joke. I've put in thousands of hours looking for snakes. And last time I was out here was the first time I had found a scarlet snake. Then I've been literally out looking for snakes for years. I've found 4 species so far that I've never found before, just this year alone. And usually I find a lot of rattlesnakes, you know, at least 5 or 6 a year. I should say. And I haven't found a single one yet this year, but I haven't really been out looking during the right times for them. Sometimes it just takes... I have tarantula. Is there tarantulas in the Everglades? No, there's not tarantulas in the Everglades. Florida does not have any tarantula species. But yeah, it literally is nothing more than putting the time and effort in and looking yourself. And you're going to strike out a lot. You're going to. It's just like people who go fishing. It's amazing what happens when we put in some time. We all post stuff and great stuff. Yeah, exactly. It literally is. You like herping alone or herping with other people. I like herping alone myself. But, I mean, I go out with people sometimes, but I also, it's not that I don't have friends, but most of my friends that I would go out with don't live anywhere near me anymore. So I don't go herping as much with other people. Are you known in your area for cruising back and forth at night? Does anyone tip you off? No. I mean, I'm not, I don't live in this area I'm at right now. I'm like just over an hour away from where I live. So no, nobody really, I mean, I know people who live out here, but nope, it's just me going out, knowing that it's decent habitat. I had been here before and I found the spot all on my own. No one told me to come here. And I found this place years ago. And I came out one night, found a bunch of snakes, and just have been coming back ever since. But I have struck out here. Like, I have had nights where I've been skunked. I hadn't found a single snake. But then I've had nights where I catch 20 snakes out here. You know, you never know unless you go out and do it. And that's literally it. It's no different than fishing. You're never going to catch something unless you go and try different spots, find what lures work, blah, blah, blah. I mean, with snakes, it's more about the weather and then knowing whether you should be on the roads or if you should be out hiking, or it's not an easy thing to get into. Yeah, exactly. It is a nice way. I like doing this. This is definitely one of my favorite things to do. But I mean, I'm going out a little bit more than I usually would because I'm having a baby in July, and when the baby comes, there's not going to be much of this for a bit. So my wife's like, go out, go herping. She told me when she gets home, she goes, you going herping tonight? And I'm like, yeah, I think I will. Do you find A Road and B Road and LaBelle still have them? I think those are the roads. Last time I was out there, I found them. Want to catch snakes in the summer and see what snakes they are and let them go out, and congratulations. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, having a daughter, so that's exciting. But yeah, it's literally nothing more than just putting your time and effort in, and that's the biggest thing. That's the one thing that people don't see. When they see people posting pictures and videos of snakes, they think that it's I don't know, easy. And it's not. But sometimes it comes easy. On some days, I'll go compare it to fishing. Some days you can go out there and you catch something every single cast. Is that bad to catch snakes? No, I mean, I let them go. I'm not talking about catching them and keeping them. She's going to have the best time joining you in these trips when she's older. Yeah, I think so too. I'm excited. I think so, and I hope so. But, ooh, that's a dead snake of some sort. I want to see what that is. And there's a car coming up behind me. So I'm going to let this car pass real quick. And then I'm going to get out and take a look at what that snake was. How far along? 31 weeks, I think. So she's due in mid-July. Oh, that car was farther back than I thought. I'll let them, they're coming up quick though. Let them pass and go take a look at this snake. Obviously cross around. I think by the size of it, it looked like a cottonmouth. So we'll see. This car's coming up now, at least in a second. Yeah, it looked like a cottonmouth. Did you see it too? From the brief glimpse I got of it, it looked like a cottonmouth. It looked like it was brown with some barring on it. So I'm assuming that it's going to be a cottonmouth. go, dude? Why are you driving so slow? God, this person's gonna stop. Dude slowed down and like was slowly driving by my car. All right, let's see what this guy is. Nope. It was a rat snake. It was a... Oh, that just happened too. That's unfortunate. That's a Gulf hammock rat snake too. See the bands going up it? It's like a gradient between the two. That's frustrating. Well, I'll move him out of the road so I don't accidentally come across him again. Well, that's what happens. But I'll tell you this much. That means snakes are moving. That was a decent one too. You don't usually find huge rat snakes out here. The biggest one I found out here was like probably about 4 feet, I would say, which is not too bad, but it was not a 6-footer. Like they get pretty hefty up north a bit, and the yellow rats can get pretty big too. But the Gulf hammocks are gradient between the yellow and the grays. They just got mixture of color of both. And the area I'm in, that's where you find the gradients. But sometimes you won't find any yellow rat snakes out here, but you'll find grays, and then you'll find those guys. A little bit further south, you'll start seeing the yellow rats. All right, well, that's one snake. Unfortunately, not alive. We got 2 dead. Let's get one in here that's alive. I thought for at least passing by, because of the size of it, like how it looked thicker, I didn't realize it was all coiled up like that. How many tokays you found? I've found like 4 or 5, but you get a couple spots. I've heard that there are tokays up in like the Tampa area, but I've never found them. I've only found them out in down in the Keys. But I know people who find them constantly down there, but I just don't have any spots for tokays that are not in the Keys. So, but I haven't really gone down looking too much for the invasives as much as I should. I'd love to go out and do some more of that. My boy has giant tokays in his backyard. Nice. He's not in the Keys? Oh, gotcha. Is he in South Florida though, or is he... I know there's other places where you can find them, but I've never personally. Have you ever been to Big Cat Sanctuary? No, I haven't. This is in this is up near Big Bend, so like kind of where the beginning of the Panhandle is. I was gone for a while. What have you found? A dead diamondback rattlesnake and a dead rat snake. But nothing live yet, unfortunately. But, I mean, I'll tell you this. If you're hoping to find stuff, it's good to... Well, hey, thanks for stopping by, Klaus. Appreciate it. Good night. But, as unfortunate as it is to find stuff dead, at least that means that stuff is moving. So... hopefully, this is one of those nights, it seems so far, where we might not find a bunch of snakes, but we're going to find that one really good one. So that's the hope. Let's find that. Let's find a mud. That would be sick. I have a Mazda CX-5. And it is an expensive... I definitely should have gone with a used car. Well, I mean, this was used, but I should have gone with an older used car, that's for sure. It's not that I don't like it, but the amount of mileage I put on this thing, I've had it for about a year now. I still have so much to pay off on this thing, it's not even funny. There's a couple of fireflies out. I don't think I picked it up on the camera though. They're off to my out in the woods a little bit. All right, come on, let's get a snake crossing. See, it's 75, so the temperature is still not at the magic temperature right now. So it drops down to under 75. Different peak seasons for different things. Exactly. What anime is your worst fear? What anime? Oh, animal. Probably bears. I would have to say bears. I mean, here's the thing. Most other animals, you at least have somewhat of a shot at. Even big cats. Like, I mean, I don't want to face off against a big cat. But pretty much any of the bears, you have very little chance. Anything small, like, I mean, you see big cats, we're talking worldwide, tigers are tough. True. Tigers would be a tough one to deal with. You're not outrunning any of them, that's for sure. But for me, probably bears. But yeah, tigers will straight up hunt you. They'll eat people. Not that, you know, they do it all the time, but they have a reputation for it. Bears, like brown bears especially. I mean, polar bears, duh. But black bears, I'm not really as worried about, but definitely just bears in general. I work with big cats. I have a lot of knowledge. Nice. I mean, there is the big cat rescue down here. I've never been there. I mean, I've passed by. There's a few other big cat sanctuaries out here, but they usually don't advertise too much because people would freak out if they see a lot of the conditions of these places. You want to work with, what's her name? The one who fed her husband to the tiger? Carol Baskins. You wouldn't mind encountering a Florida panther? No, not really. They don't really bother you. They're scared of you. I mean, I would be timid for sure. I wouldn't want to necessarily run into one, but I'd like to see one. But I'm less scared of that. Do I watch anime? No, I don't. The closest that you could say would be like, I watched Avatar. That's about as close as I've gotten. I'm not a anime fan, or I like animated shows, but not the genre of anime. I'm gonna pull over. There's a car coming behind me. Ooh, there's a place for me to pull over right here. Let this car pass real quick. Do you like it, Avatar? Yeah, Avatar is a great show. That's more of like a, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily think that's considered anime, but I definitely prefer Avatar. I mean, I like animation in general, don't get me wrong. Big truck with a boat. That's called a snake killer right there. You got a bunch of tires to run them over with, not just 4. All right, come on, give me a snake. I know they're out here. It's still 75. How long is this road? I think from one end to the other, it's like, I think it's like 20 something miles. I'm getting towards the end of it now, and I'll turn around and come back up. Now, last time I didn't find anything on the first pass, alive that is. I did find a scarlet snake, but it was dead. On the second pass, as soon as I turned around, I started finding stuff because the temperature changed. Well, I thought that was something, but it wasn't. So I usually start seeing stuff around 74 to 73 degrees. At least that's what, you know, on the car, that's what it says. So it's 75 right now. So we should be getting around that point where stuff starts to move. Really, like usually I can get a couple right before the sun goes down. Obviously I missed that because I missed the rattlesnake because I was in the other, you know, you just never know. A little bit of fog on the road, which means it's still nice and humid. I mean, temperatures are good. The road didn't bake as much as I'd like it to because it wasn't hot today. but it's late for you. No, it's not late. It's 9:30. But not many people do see Florida Panthers. Not many people do, but I mean, they're becoming more numerous. Glad I'm not the only one who goes out at night in the dark, parks and grabs strange snakes. Exactly. Yep, you're not the only one who goes and grabs snakes. I know, and they call us the crazy ones. Thank you guys who are watching so far. If you haven't yet, I got a link to the Discord in the description. We try to have a good time there, trying to get as many people in there as possible. You know, we have a couple different areas where we can have, you know, conversations and post your animal stuff or, you know, whatever. We just try to have general good time in there. So if you aren't a part of the Discord yet and you would like to join up, as I said, the link for that is in the description. So I'd appreciate it if you guys check that out. Otherwise, if you are new or at least just joining up with us, we are looking for snakes, and we found 2 dead so far. Unfortunately, that does happen when you're driving on a main road. 1 eastern diamondback and 1 gray rat snake. But temperatures are just about right now, so I'm hoping to start see stuff. Have you seen eastern indigo? I've seen them in captivity, and I've seen 1 dead on the side of the road in North Florida. It was very, very sad. I was not, it was huge. It was like 7 feet long. It was a giant. And it was beautiful, but it was crushed by a car. I thought it was literally, when I first saw it, I didn't think, I was like, that looks like a python. Like, why is that thing so big? I thought because of the color, I thought it was a giant black cottonmouth. I was like, is that the biggest cottonmouth I've ever seen? And I got some video of it. It had been baking for probably a day on the side of the road. But nope, I haven't seen one in person in the wild. That would be, that's definitely a bucket list thing, but I've seen eastern indigo snake in a zoo a few months ago. Nice. I've seen them in zoos before. But, you know, I've seen, cracks me up, the word reptiles and amphibians in the world is herping. Yeah, it's a terrible name, but hey, you don't have to send anything, bro. You don't have to worry about that. I appreciate it. I mean, if you can, if you want to, but you don't have to. But, yeah, herping is definitely an unfortunate word. I get it, why it's called that, but I have yet to see a better name than snake hunting. You know, it is a funny word. And the worst part is when you put in herping in like a hashtag, you get it, like, especially on TikTok, you get a bunch of like spam that says, so-and-so doctor cleared up my herpes. Florida's mind-blowing, the amount of wild. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. I'm very fortunate to live here. I should say, I am very fortunate to be a native Floridian. I take that with pride. Well, I do appreciate that, sir. But yeah, I love Florida. There's so much cool stuff here that people don't realize. Well, most of the time people think about beaches and Disney, but there's so much more to it than that. And unfortunately, a lot of it's being destroyed right now to make way for development. It's very frustrating. Ooh, is that a snake? That's a dead snake, I think. Oh no, is this going to be the same rope? There's nobody coming, so I'm just gonna hop out real quick. Is this gonna be that same rope from the last time? Ooh, can you guys see all the little fireflies? I don't think so. There's nobody coming, so I'm gonna... Dude, that's the same freaking rope as last time. This rope got me 3 times last time. Oh, it's wire. That's why it hasn't moved. 3 times this one got me last time. Move that off the side of the road. God. There are, I don't know if you guys can see them. I don't think it's picking it up. No, it's not picking it up. No, it's not. Well, there's a bunch of fireflies out there, but they're too dim to be picked up. Frickin' wire. 3 times. Next time, I'm moving out of the road. All right, at least I know where I'm at. I mean, I knew where I was at before, but I know how far down I am. All right, we got a little bit more to go. Then I'll turn around and we'll do a couple loops on this road. And hopefully, I mean, the temperature is at 73 right now, so I'm hoping this is when stuff starts to move on the road. God, I swore for like a brief second that that was a snake. Dude, all the little things like that will get me. Especially when you're like really keeping your eye out because, you know, you're focusing. Bro, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you. I called the steel nose. Yeah, steel-nosed wire snake. Exactly. All right. Now let's get a snake for you guys. You guys have been awesome. Very lively chat today. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been really trying to, once I come around this curve, we'll see some blinking lights and then turn around shortly after this. But, you know, this is, I've been trying to do more lives recently just because, I mean, I do enjoy doing them, but it's just a different form to reach out to everybody. All right, there are the blinking lights. Yes, Vivo. Appreciate that. All right, I'm going to turn around right here and we'll go back up that road. Last time I was out, as I said before, didn't find anything on the first loop, but the second one, that's when things started to get really good. So let's hope that it's the same this time. And this also goes to show you guys, I mean, I go out a lot, or I try to, at least I have been more recently. You don't always find stuff. You're not always blessed with, you know, bug marley, what? Let's see. Oh no, he was just saying, he was just shouting you out. What invasive species have you found while herping? I mean, I've found a lot of invasive species. I have found Burmese pythons. Those are really the only invasive snakes. I found tegus. I found amoebas. A bunch of stuff. I have some older herping videos. I found tokays, curly tail lizards, all sorts of stuff. I mean, chameleons. A lot of that stuff, I mean, chameleons aren't, I mean, iguanas, what are they called? Basilisks. A lot of the stuff isn't invasive. It's just non-native. Like, they don't actually do much harm to the environment. They just kind of fill the niches of other lizards. So they don't really do much, so no one really talks about them. The rainbow whiptails. A lot of that stuff. I mean, the brown anoles, like the little brown lizards we get all over Florida, those guys are invasive. No one really cares about them. Have you ever seen Nile? No, I have not seen a Nile monitor. I know people who have, but I have not personally seen them. A lot of them are blown out of proportion just because they're big and scary. Or people don't like reptiles in general. But, no, I haven't found any Nile monitors. All right, come on. Give me something to hold on to. I want something in my hands. Let's go. Besides a spool of wire. What do I think of tegus? I mean, they definitely do some harm because they eat a lot of reptile eggs. So they're definitely one of the ones that you have to worry about. I like them. It's unfortunate because they're very smart, and I'd love to have one as a pet. I used to. I would love to have tegus as a pet, but unfortunately I can't. On the road in that dark and quiet for years reminds me of being back in the sticks out west. At any moment, the hillbilly zombies will wander out of the brush. Well, you don't really get too many hillbilly zombies out in this part, fortunately, but I know what you mean. There's some places where you never know what's going to come walking right in front of the car. Yeah, I had an Argentine tegu. I did at one point, but it's been a while now. They're illegal to own in Florida now. He was awesome. His name was Zanino. He was so nice. He never bit me. I was able to handle him. He was just a cool lizard. Yeah, I do miss him. But, you know, laws change and all that, and you got to abide by them. Because it wasn't worth me getting in legal trouble to have them. And I didn't have any ways to get any sort of special licenses or anything like that for them. All right, come on. I know you're out here. Sorry to hear about your tegu. It's okay. I appreciate it, but it's been a while now. There's a lot of things I wish I could own, but they're unfortunately illegal, and Florida is really bad about how they go about their laws, unfortunately, when it comes to the invasive stuff. FWC has way too much power, but then they won't go out and do anything about the feral cat problem. You know, dumb stuff. All right, come on, snake. It's perfect temperature. Let's go. Give me something here. Give me something good. All right. Hopefully USARK Florida can do something about the reptiles bans. I mean, they're trying. They're definitely working hard at it. I hope they can too. I know some of the guys at USARK, but you know, there's really only so much they can do. They can. I mean, unfortunately, the public life isn't incomplete until you've had a Komodo dragon, a saltwater croc in your backyard. Yeah. Yeah, and I've been fortunate enough to see both of them. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Bug. I appreciate it. Good night. I have seen Komodo dragons in person. I've seen saltwater crocs. A lot of people don't get that opportunity. I mean, I'm lucky that the Lowry Park Zoo, or Zoo Tampa as it's now called, when I was growing up, had Komodo dragons. So I was able to see them. They look fake. They look like statues when they're just standing. They're crazy looking. No, that was not a snake. Come on, give me something. And I'm gonna have to defrost my window real quick. It's starting to get foggy and I didn't even realize that. I was like, why is it hard for me to see out there right now? Are my eyes going bad on me? Nope. My eyes were not going bad. I appreciate that. I really do, and thank you. Right. Some Komodo dragons in person, not saltwater crocs, so I would like to see them in their captivity or in the wild. Yeah, Saltwater crocs I've seen in captivity. I've not seen them in the wild. They do not live here in Florida. I've seen American crocodiles in the wild in the Everglades. I see them almost every single time I go down there. Make sure to go out of my way to see them because I know I rarely will. Ooh, I think that was a snake crossing the road right there. I think. I thought. Unless it crossed really quick because I don't see what I saw anymore. Well, that sucks. There was something crossing, I think. Unless... Yeah, because the thing I saw wasn't there anymore. So there was a snake crossing the road. And of course, now there's cars coming the opposite direction, so I can't just shoot back over there. There was something on the other side that was sticking up that looked like a snake. Turned around and it wasn't there anymore. That sucks. Hopefully, once these cars pass, I can make another quick loop there real quick. We got a couple cars coming this way. Damn it. Why does it always come at the worst times? Safe driving and reading comments sounds tough. Well, the way I got everything set up is that, like, even if I'm looking at comments, I'm still looking at I'm still looking in the direction I need to look at. So, I don't take my eyes off of the road. I appreciate you, though. Very important not to look off the road. Let's see. It was right up here on the left side. And that's not what that was. Huh. Must have got off the road. That's frustrating. I know I saw something. And it wasn't there when I turned around. Okay. That's it right there. So I just didn't go back far enough or something? I don't know what that is. That is? What is that? I don't know what that is. I don't even see it right now. I literally... Let me go look real quick. Oh. I'll let you guys out to see it. It is a dead snake. Once this guy passes, I'll get out and show you guys. It's a dead pygmy rattlesnake, which I don't remember seeing the last time I came up this way. The steel-nosed wire snake. No, it's not a steel-nosed wire snake. I knew I saw something. It wasn't going crazy, but unfortunately, that is a dead pygmy rattlesnake. See the yellow tail? Unfortunate sight. Look at the colorations on that guy. That sucks. Very unfortunate. Well, I knew I saw a snake. It's just unfortunate that it was not a live one. Both species of rattlesnakes tonight, both dead. A rat snake. And that was not here the first time I came through. So that rattlesnake was moving at night, which you normally don't see. Yeah, they do blend in with the road pretty good. During the day, they're easy to pick up. Well, not easy, but it's not as difficult as you would think. Ooh, Ooh, is that something? What is that? Is that a stick? Oh, that's a dead piece of bread. All right. Oh, we had rattlesnakes moving tonight. Just not able to get them when they're alive, which is frustrating. I do have my snake stick, so if we do come across something venomous, I can move it out of the road. We're using saltwater crocodile in captivity. The Everglades, or not the Everglades Outpost, the Everglades Alligator Farm. They have all the species of American crocodiles plus a few other ones. Like they have the Orinoco crocodile, obviously American crocodile. They have the Cuban crocodile. They have a saltwater crocodile. Yeah, they got so the Everglades Alligator Farm. My buddy Tyler works there. So they got a pretty decent sized one too. All right, let's get a live snake. Come on. There's been some decent snakes on the road. They've all been dead though. That's the most frustrating part about all this. Like, I know snakes are on the road and they're moving. It's just whether you can come across them while they're moving, or you can, you know, before they're either hit by a car or get off of the road. Did the alligators farm have any caiman? Yeah, they have a couple spectacle caiman there. Some big ones. Who wants to see this dude grab a python out of the bushes and wrestle it? Oh, I would. You have no idea. I definitely would. But there's no pythons up here. It gets too cold. They wouldn't be able to survive the winter. All right, come on. Let's go. Me sub when I start. Be right and taking care of catching snakes. Nice. Well, if you get started, let me know. I'll make sure to sub. Come on, give me a snake, even if it's a ribbon snake. I'd be fine with a ribbon snake. I just want to get a snake in my hands. I don't need no trouser snakes. I need the cold-blooded variety. Let's go. I know they're out here. I know they're crossing. They're just waiting for me. You know, I don't need that kind of snake. I mean, there have been some cars out here, but not as much as there have been in the past. You know how long it takes crocodile hatchlings for their skin to harden? That I do not. I mean, their skin doesn't really. Their skin is very soft. So they have the bony plates, the scutes, that are always hard. But the bigger they get, the bigger those get. So I mean, the rest of their skin is always soft. Even as adults, they'll have soft skin, especially on their belly and on their sides. Certain species will have scutes that go, you know, all over the body, but they always have soft skin and hard bone basically on the outside of their skin. I mean, the bone is covered in skin, I should say. So, but yeah, it doesn't like harden up as they get older. It just gets bigger. Not a problem. Come on, give me one snake. I can't get skunked. What kind of bull crap is that? Come on. Not one live snake so far? This weather, I thought this weather would be a good change. Maybe there'd be some water snakes on the road, but nothing. 73 degrees. I mean, it's still decent temperatures. It's just cooler. You know, it didn't get as hot during the day, so the roads might not be as warm. You can play the the temperature gain just right, and it still doesn't work out. Ask about crocodile skin because of the short feral cat problem. Oh, I mean, the cats can still chew through it. There's a patch road in Texas Panhandle, which I used to drive through doing the hikes with freaking snakes. Yeah, I mean, certain areas you can drive through here where it's like no matter what time of year you go, you can find them. It just depends on where you're at. I mean, there's a bunch of frogs on the road, so I'm surprised that there's not more snakes, you know, possibly looking to make a meal. But if there's a bunch of frogs on the road, it wouldn't surprise me if there's just a bunch of frogs on the side that the snakes don't even have to get out and look for them. Rattlesnake roundup territory. Yeah, I can't believe they still do that, to be quite honest, but, you know, people don't like snakes, so they'll celebrate any time they can to go out and kill them. Come on, give me something good. The Mississippian caught a few rat snakes lately. Nice. Nice. You got the black rats out there? I think that's what's out in Mississippi. I was big out there, mostly just one town doing it these days. Yeah, I hear about it in the news every once in a while, or whenever they have it. People freaking out about it. But, you know, let cultures do their cultural things, and sometimes that means that they do things that the world as a whole doesn't seem as a good thing. You know, like Japan just widening to hunting fin whales now. It's like, you know, not every cultural thing is a good thing to have, even if it is something they've done for a long time. You know, the world changes. It's the largest size of a Cuban crocodile that a feral cat killed. I'm not sure. I mean, they were only a few months old. I think they were only 4 months old, so they weren't that big. Got to remember, big Cuban crocodile's like 9 feet, so they don't, you know, it takes a while for them to get to a size where they could be able to handle themselves against a feral cat. So, whaling, yeah. But you tell the people of the Faroe Islands that's probably not a good idea to do all the mass killing of whales they do, but they'll be like, it's our culture. There's no way we'd be able to get food otherwise. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. This isn't the 1500s anymore. There's ways to get food, just starting an air layer on the pomegranate, wrap plastic filled with soil or on a branch and the roots develop. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. You can do that with plants. All right, I'm gonna turn around up here. Make one more loop. Come up this road and make a U-ey. One behind me. All right. Fingers crossed. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Very convenient method of propagating. Nice. My mom's very much into plants. It's not that I'm not. I just never really got into it like she did. She has stuff all over the place. Of course, she likes expensive plants. She's like, I am a plant mom. It's like, all right, mom. But she likes it, and I mean, it's better to have plants than cats, I guess. I mean, I don't know how big they are at a year old. I'm sure, probably. These don't have enough plants, don't have enough personality for me. I get why people like them. I mean, I don't dislike plants. I would like to have a garden and everything. I would just like to have a place where I know I'm going to be at for a few years. I'm going to be in this place now, hopefully another year, so I'm going to hopefully have a garden here relatively soon. You can eat them, which is yes, you can eat stuff that plants provide. That's true. I do have the loquat tree in my yard, which in the spring gives plenty of fruit, which is a very nice thing to have. I just wish half of it wasn't covered up by another tree, so that it would be, if it was a full-blown loquat tree, I would have a never-ending supply of fruit for like 2 months. Yeah, definitely. Ooh, I know that some people are pissed at me. And one of my local Facebook pages, they posted something about an old lady feeding cats, and they feel bad because she's spending all of her welfare checks or whatever it is, Social Security, on cat food. And I said, and she's like, well, what do I do because she's spending all her money, what do I do because it started off with 3 and now there's 11 of them. They just keep on breeding. And I just said, keep your cats inside. And then I just said, period, euthanasia. Oh, God, I love trolling those things. Am I bad for trolling a Facebook group? I don't really care. I seen a short where a guy was feeding a snake and it bit itself and kept biting itself. Certain snakes will do that. Certain snakes will. I mean, it could happen. She's in the lowest, mate. Join the Discord. Yeah. If you want to know more about plants, join the Discord. We got a plant guy. That was the name of the Facebook group. Well, as much as I'd like to give that away, it's named after the town I live in. So I'm not like huge in keeping, like I can tell you what relative area of Florida I live in, but I'm not going to give away my actual, the actual town I live in. But it's just my local town's one. Just came back and he thinks, nope, no snakes, unfortunately. You know, that happens sometimes. But yeah, I just said euthanasia, and she was not very, I just got multiple notifications from the same person. So I guarantee you she probably said something to me along the lines of, you're a terrible person, you deserve to rot, or something like that. Which is exactly what I was hoping for, if I was being honest, which I am. Come on, snakes. You gotta give me something. Gotta get me something. Let's go. Only dead stuff? That's ridiculous. Not one live snake so far. Come on. And this just is part of the frustrating thing with all of this. Like, you can go out and not find anything. And it happens. Oh, no, that was paint. See, now I'm all over the place. I'm like looking for every little scrap of something that could be a snake, and nope, just paint on the side of the road. Paint tripped me up. It's 73 degrees, it's perfect. I just saw a spider in the road. How did I know I saw a spider? Because I saw its eye shine. I have a feeling when I go to the lake nearby. Yeah. Yeah, spiders, their light will reflect out of their eyes. So if you just see what looks like a little glitter on the side of the road or in your yard, you shine a light in your yard at night and you see glitter everywhere, it's because there's a bunch of spiders in the yard. Which is good. You want spiders in your yard. Eat all the stuff up that you don't want there. Spiders are good, and very few of them can actually pose a threat to you. And even fewer of them actually go out of their way to bite anybody. None of them go out of their way to bite anybody, but very few of them will actually bite even when prompted to. Clarify for what I previously said. I was referring to not seeing what you like to see like snakes. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm not an arachnid fan, but they do their job. Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like spiders. I'm not a big fan of holding them. Even ones I know couldn't do anything to me. I don't want to hold the spider. I'm not a big fan of that. Some people will just pick them up. I'm not really one to do that. And I'm not Coyote Peterson. I'm not going to purposefully make something bite me. Or that guy who makes black widows bite him. And I have seen their eyes shine from a spider. Nice. Yeah, I guarantee if you go out in your backyard at night, you shine a light, you'll see some glowing back at you. Oh man, come on. I know that there's got to be something that's willing to cross my path. And you held a tarantula? Nice. I've never held a tarantula. Come on. Give me something. One snake, that's all I ask. I love how many times I shine independently evolved because it's such a simple and efficient solution. Yeah. I wish we evolved eye shine. That would be awesome. Would have to be been a bad biologist. All the interesting creepy crawlies. Nope. Yeah. There are a lot of interesting creepy crawlies out there, but I'm not as you fan of wild tarantula when I would live further north in Arizona than since I moved there. Nice. Don't you have the ones that keep the pet narrowmouth toads with them? Basically, aren't those out in Arizona? No, that was paint. There's little paint arrows in the road that are very thin. They look kind of like a snake for a second, and they're just scattered randomly throughout this road. So I'll come across them and get excited for a second. Give me something. I was messing with my, I think it's a rose tarantula, rose colored. Gotcha. I was messing with my DSLR before I left, and I was able to hook it up to my phone to use my DSLR as the camera for this live stream when I do this, but I couldn't get the mic to work. And I didn't really have time before the sun went down, excuse me, to mess with it. So hopefully one of these times very soon, I'll have a little bit better quality for you guys when it comes to my camera. But we'll see. I mean, that might work out here. It might not. I'll have to figure some stuff out with that. But I'm trying to get some better quality for you guys. The only reason I don't use the DSLR for my live streams normally or my videos normally is because it's an old camera. I didn't realize this until after I bought it. But because it's an older camera, like the bars that you see on the screen when you hook it up don't go away when you're actually recording. So like you guys would be able to actually see the bars from the camera on the screen, and it just doesn't look good. So I don't use that camera when I do my live streams or recordings. So that was nothing. So hopefully soon I'll be able to get some better camera equipment. Also, let me know what you guys think of this. So I am planning on doing a video. Nope, nothing yet. I'm planning on doing a video where I get a few questions together. Yeah, I have a trail cam in Tennessee right now on my mother-in-law's property that I was going to go do some deer hunting out there, but it just didn't happen. But I'm planning on bringing it out here because it attaches to my phone. I can see the pictures, so I'll put it out in the woods somewhere and try to get some good pictures. Maybe even I'll put it down south a bit where there might be some like panthers or something. That would be pretty cool. But so let me know what you guys. Ooh, there's a car behind me. I'm gonna pull over and let him pass real quick. So this is my idea for a video, and you guys let me know what you think about this. So what I'm planning on doing is getting a few questions together, starting from like 3 or 4 questions total for each individual person. And so I'll go down to Clearwater Beach because that's one of the very local hot, that's a local hot spot. A lot of people down there, a lot of average Joes, so to speak. And the plan is to get these questions together and ask the random people I see on the road are walking around out there, like starting off very simple with an animal question like what is the biggest animal in the world, and then just as an example, and going up another step to like what is a marsupial or something, just basic questions, and just interviewing people on the street and testing basic knowledge of animals that the average person should know, to stuff that is kind of hard to know unless you know stuff about animals. And just having a compilation of like one of those, on street type interview type things, but more animal related stuff. Just stuff like that, again, and then, it could get harder. Like, what are the however many different types of snakes, lapids, boas, pythons, colubrids, stuff like that. Like, just like harder questions, like as the last one that the average person probably doesn't know. And, if they do it, then I'll give them like stickers of basic knowledge street interviews. You're going to have to lots of shockingly bad answers. Yeah, that's kind of the hope too. Everyone who does it, I'll give them a sticker or something like that. And then otherwise, if they get it all right, then I'll give them a t-shirt or something like that. Like, I'll probably get some shirts made. And if you guys like that, and I'll get some shirts made for you guys if you guys want it. If you guys would like some shirts, I'm gonna get like a couple of, I hate to say merch because that's just a kind of a cringy, icky word to me, but might as well try. Did this dude turn on his brights a second ago? Yeah, he did. Does he think I have my brights on? Because I don't. Is this guy gonna try to blind me or something? Yeah, dude, I don't have my fucking brights on, dude. Like these are my brights. I don't know if you could see that as well, but I didn't even have my brights on. Of course, there's a car coming up behind me now. I'm gonna have to pull over here in a second, because I doubt this guy's gonna go around me. Let this guy pass me real quick. Of course, there's people behind me now. Go, man, go. Why are you slowing down? God, these people are idiots. There's another person coming up behind me too. Man, those are some brights though. Those are probably normal LEDs though. All right, this person's about to come up behind me. Why do these people slow down so much? Like, I pulled off to the side of the road. I'm not reaching out asking for help. Like, just go, please. Hopefully this person's about to come up on me right now. Of course, driving 20 miles an hour. Okay. All right, this is the last little stretch. Hopefully I find something. Come on, a Hail Mary right here. I had 4 cars pass me or whatever it was. Watch something like a mud snake come right in front of me right now. Make the whole night worth it. They'll probably think you're dumping a body. Who says I'm not? Oh. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. I'm manifesting it right here. There's going to be a snake coming up real soon. Manifesting it. Let's go. A snake right around this corner. There's going to be a snake. Come here, snakey, snakey, snake. Let's go. Right here. Coming around the corner. I manifested it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What do I think of coyotes? I don't really think too much about them. They're cool. I like them. They don't really bother you. They're just kind of eking away in the ecosystem that man made, and they're doing pretty good. Of course, this person is going to want to fly out on the road right behind me too. Oh, he's going to turn right behind me. He's going to be right up my ass the entire time. Of course he is. Go around me, dude. Yeah, go around me, my guy. Thank you. I could tell that he was flying down that road, that he was just going to turn in front of me, which is fine. Well, the manifesting didn't work. Was that something right back there? I'm going to turn around. I saw something little tiny on the side of the road. I don't think it was a snake. Well, it could have been a snake. I'm willing to look at anything right now. See, I'm driving on the wrong side of the road right now. Come on, was that a snake? Was that a snake? There's somebody coming down this road right now, of course. Alright. And then they're slowing down, of course. Alright. Well, I thought I saw something, but nope, it was paint. It was paint. I turned around for paint, but you know, you never know, I guess. Did you find anything these two? This time, no. This is the first time in a while I've come out and have not found a single, yeah, I mean, saw some dead stuff. Nothing alive. Two pygmy rattlesnake, an eastern diamondback, and a gray rat. All unfortunately dead on the road. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Tonight, what do I think of dingoes? I don't really think about dingoes. I mean, they're just another type of wild dog, I guess. Jesus Christ. Blind. But all right, guys, that's paint. It got me for a second again. All right, guys, I'm going to end it here. Nothing going on tonight, unfortunately, besides those few dead snakes. It rarely ever happens, but it does happen sometimes, and you just got to, unfortunately, bite the bullet on these types of nights. But thank you guys for watching. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, make sure to join that. The link is in the description. So thank you guys for watching. And again, more stuff will be coming out. I am doing a video about the only fatal coyote attack in the United States. That'll be out on Saturday. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it, even though we didn't find anything alive. Hope you enjoyed the peaceful night out with me and hearing my smooth, sultry voice. Where the gators at? Well, we'll do some gator stuff soon. I'll go look for some gators and make a video about that. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.